Hello, my name is Marleen van Zon and I'm a doctoral student at KU Leuven. In this presentation, I will give you an impression of the research I am doing, which revolves around human-environment interactions from 800 BC to 1000 AD. My research is framed within the broader context of the Floodplainscapes project. This is an interdisciplinary and collaborative project which aims to create fundamental insights in the long-term development of human-environment interactions in the floodplains of Dijle-Demer and Dijle. All of these are situated in Belgium and have been part of previous studies focusing on morphology and ecology. These studies have shown that throughout most of the Holocene, these floodplains can be characterized as wetlands with active peat growth and eldercar forests. These floodplains transition to the alluvial floodplains we see in the present-day landscape, and that are characterized by clastic sediments and a meandering river pattern. Human impact, foremost deforestation, has been identified as the main driving force of these changes, causing increased erosion and therefore a higher sediment input into the floodplains. Deforestation is mostly linked to land clearances to establish new settlements or croplands. A link with increases and decreases in population size and density seems evident. But as other studies have shown, the situation is more complex and entangled. For example, we should also take into account changing farming practices, the uptake of artisanal activities, and the exploitation of natural resources. The first step in unraveling this complex set of factors is to gather additional data on floodplain evolution in several key areas. As such, we gain more insight in within catchment variability. This is done, amongst others, by mapping digital terrain models and historical maps to locate old river systems. These are then located and studied in the field through coring to gain a better insight in their dimensions and formation. Key layers within the stratigraphy are sampled for carbon-14 dating to gain insight in their chronology as well. First analysis of these dates shows that Dijle and Demer actively shifted their course throughout the second half of the Holocene, a process that came to a stop in the early medieval period, suggesting that they became fixed as early as the 7th century. It is in this period in time I want to focus on for the rest of my talk. To see how human activities contributed to these changes, how the changes in their turn affected human activities, a catchment-wide scale is used to study a variety of archaeological and historical sources. For example, archaeological inventories, LiDAR, toponymy, field and lab work. The first results allow for some preliminary insights in temporal changes of human activities. So can a clear increase in settlement numbers, as well as a change in composition, be seen after the immigration period, which is roughly the 4th to 6th century AD. The increase of settlement numbers coincides with a renewed uptake of charcoal production from roughly 650 AD onwards. Together, these point to large-scale land reclamations, overlapping with the historically known expansion of the Frankish Empire towards the north. Furthermore, this period sees an increase in mining activities and the production of iron. The timing coincides or predates the observed change in channel activity. Could these increases in settlement sites, land reclamations, and natural resources extraction cause a threshold to be reached, after which Dijle and Demer became fixed in their current courses? In the following centuries, this change in floodplain geoecology would enable changes in human activities, such as land use of the floodplains themselves, areas that could now be made suitable for habitations and agricultural exploitation. It is by pinpointing, analyzing, and understanding these thresholds that we gain insight in human-environment interactions on varying spatial and temporal scales. It provides us with knowledge on how humans directly and indirectly impacted their environment throughout history. This way, increased insight in the past helps us understand the present and can teach us lessons for a more sustainable future. I want to thank you for your attention.